My name is Janaya, and today we are going to go down to the Briarwood Mall and buy some sweet chocolates. We enter the Briarwood Mall, right? And we have two conditions. The first one being we have just $3 to spend, and we just buy chocolates that are less than $3. Specifically because we are in college and we don't have money, right? So we go to the first basket. The first basket is free chocolates. Who does not like free chocolates? I do. So I just grab one and move to the next basket. The next basket has the price of $1. It's still less than $3, so we still buy it and move on to the next basket. The next basket has a cost of $2. It's still less than our $3, so I still buy it. At this point, our budget is already gone, but let's just move on and see what happens because I'm interested in exploring the mall. So we go to the next part and it's $3, which is more than our budget. So we don't buy it and leave the mall with 3 sweet chocolates. This is a real life example of what we are going to study today, which is basically going to be for loops. For loops are basically iterations of over a loop for a specific number of times. The keyword being a specific number of times. This is what separates the for loop from while loop. While loop can execute as many times as you want, but you don't exactly know how many times it executes. But for loop, you exactly know how many times it executes. So basically the for loop has this kind of structure. The first one being, it has 3 parts. The first one being initialization. So initialization basically means initialization of a variable such as I, j, or any variable you want. The next part is expression. You see the expression, and if the expression is true, we go into the loop and do something. If it's not true, we go into we exit the loop and just leave. And the third part being variable update, which is basically after you execute the for loop, you update the variable, because if you don't update the variable and if the expression is true, it's going to go into infinite loop, right? So we update the variable according to the condition that's specified here. So let's just go into the example we just saw, but in C++ code. So here I declare a variable named amount, and basically amount is 0 at this point. Amount is basically the amount we spend on chocolates we buy, and I is basically the amount the cost of chocolates, right? So first we go into initialization of the variable that I said here. Then we go into expression, which is this. So we check whether or not 0 is less than 3. In our condition, I is 0 and it's still less than 3. So yes, we execute this loop and the amount now becomes 0 plus 0, which basically is still 0, as we got free chocolates, right? We execute the loop and then we go into the counter update. So from here we move to here. This is a trick step. Make sure you do this. Update the counter. And then now I becomes 1 because I plus plus. Now we again go into the expression. Check if it's true. 1 is still less than 3 as we saw, and we buy the chocolate. Execute the loop. So we buy the chocolate at $1 and now it's 0 plus 1. So amount is basically $1 right now. We spent $1 on buying chocolates. Now we do the counter update again. So now it becomes $2, which is this case. Then we check the expression again, which is I is still less than 3. Yes, it is. So we basically go into the loop again. So the amount is I plus I. So amount basically becomes 1 plus 2, which is 3. At this point in time, we have spent $3 on chocolates and have 3 chocolates. Now we go into the expression again. So now, I update the counter, which is 3, and we evaluate the expression again. I is still less than 3. No, it's not. So we exit the loop from here and continue doing whatever it is afterwards. And at this point, the amount is still 3. So we spent $3 on chocolates, got 3 chocolates, right? So this is a really good example of the for loop. And just make sure you know that we can go over a specific number of times here. And there is a specific note that you guys should make. That is, if we initialize I as 0 first and then have a condition such as I is less than an integer number n, it executes n number of times, which basically means it goes over the loop for n number of times. Such as in our case, it went over for 3 times. And if you do it I less than equal to 0, it goes over the loop for n plus 1 times. Just make sure you know this because it's helpful for project 2 and project 3 as well in real life. That's all for today. Any questions?